Hello everybody, this is Hedgehog. Welcome to the final part of Sonic Generations. In this part, I am pretty much going to explain some of the extra content that's been put in for the game. Most notably, downloadable content, anything you can do post game, and and all the extra stuff really. First thing I want to talk about though is, well, I've done a little bit more research on the challenge bells, and since I recorded the Green Hill challenge thing where I mentioned it with my own face, that there's a specific order on the challenge bells. I was partly right, but it's not as it is. Basically, the first challenge bell you actually will ring will always have artwork 42 on it. I think it's artwork 42. I've not got the little checklist on hand to check, but I know it was an artwork, the first one you did, and the first bell you ring will always be that, and after and so on and so forth. My list actually got messed up a little bit because sometimes I did the Act 2s before Act 1, and in other cases, specifically Seaside Hill especially, where all the challenge bells, all the challenge gates are like out of order in ease of use, because you can easily get to challenge gate number 5, and yeah, 1 and 2 and then it's 4, 3, and then you gotta do something crazy to get the. Actually, you gotta do something crazy to get challenge gate 3, and then 1 and 2 are just out of the way near the perfect chaos fight. But yeah, it's sort of a mistake from me because I originally thought that specific challenge bell did that specific thing, but it's not. It's the order that you actually ring them in. So I hope that covers that. And well, let's just get started with all the other content. First off, we're going to check out Casino Night Zone. Casino Night Zone is downloadable content for people who actually bought the game on launch day. I don't know, as of today, when I looked, there is not available as downloadable content publicly. So you get it on the day and you can enjoy it, or not. In my opinion, it's kind of a bit disappointing, since I know for a fact Casino Night Zone is one of the levels in the 3DS version of Sonic Generations. You can take either Sonic to this level. They each do something different. Modern Sonic here has his boost ability, with a shut off later. He boosts in whatever direction he's facing, which can be a bit of a problem. All in all, I personally believe Classic Sonic's far better, because he can spin dash to wherever the hell he wants to go, in whatever direction he wants to go. But you can only use either ability 3 times. I've also got different music for this. I kind of forgot I put the different music on. So when I show off Classic Sonic, which I'm going to be showing off straight after this, I will be using the original music so you can listen to that, and I'll not be commentating over it, because I've pretty much said all I really want to say about this. It's just basically Pinball Tale. Use L and R triggers to put the ball, and score as many points you can to flag to your friends. So yeah, flag to your friends, get a score, and do pinball. Our next protocol is the gallery over here. This is found in the main hub world to the far left. In here you can actually watch any cutscene you've actually seen, any of the main CG cutscenes. Don't actually show any of them off because, well, I don't really need to, you've seen them all. There's also artworks. The majority of the artworks, well, actually no, all of the artworks are unlocked through the challenge gates and through collecting all the red star rings. It shows concept arts for the game itself as well as concept arts for other games. I know there's some for Sonic CD, there's some for Sonic Heroes, there's some for the original Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, and even original concept arts for Sonic and Eggman. Some that's never actually been seen before, up until now. The music's also the same, you get those from red star rings and the challenge gates. There's 50 tracks in all. I think I checked one here, I think it's Tropical Resort, because I couldn't remember what game that actually came from. Sonic Colors. Truth be told, I've never really played Sonic Colors that much. Also for artworks, I think there's like about 140 artworks. Might be more, I'm not too sure. I was just playing this song for a while, just like wondering, oh right, this is where that game comes from, and I was like, I'm bored now. So the next thing we'll do is character profiles. I believe the character profiles are unlocked as you meet the characters in game, but I'm not too certain about that. Also another Easter egg, like I'm showing off here, if you select Tails, Sonic or Eggman, and you press Y, you switch between the classic and modern variants of each character. You could also spin them around with the control stick. Nothing more to tell, they actually give you a little bio of each person. The final thing from the gallery room, if you press back, or whatever equivalent it is on your controller, whatever console you're playing, you fall into this little hole here. And I believe you'll reach a secret area called the statue room. There's a bunch of statues here. They're kind of like the trophies from Super Smash Bros. I believe I've managed to get every single one of them. If you want to know how you do them, they're unlocked by passwords. And I'm not going to tell you the passwords because they're all available on GameFAQs. I'll show the sign off there because, well, it flickers through between Sonic and Eggman like the sign should do. Which I think is kind of a neat thing. I also show Blaze just because I feel like showing Blaze off. Because she's like my favourite not Sonic character, yo. And finally, if you want to get out, you just hit the spring here. And well, that's all. That's there for the gallery room. Next up is the classic Mega Drive Genesis game Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, you can actually play that game, right here. To get it, you need to buy the Mega Drive or the Genesis controller from Onmusha for 7,777 tokens or whatever you used to pay them with. You go to where the challenge gates are in Green Hill, and there you are. There's a Mega Drive or a Genesis. And you access it like any other thing. You press L to go up and you press A to start it. Now the thing is with this game, with how I record in 50Hz, the game is actually pretty choppy, especially with the music, and it's just generally really slow. So if you have to force in 50Hz on this game, I wouldn't recommend playing it. I'd recommend just downloading it from Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, or just outright getting an emulator and playing it from that. I've actually already done a playthrough of this game, so if you check out my channel and the playlists, you'll soon dig it up. So yeah, eventually I just get annoyed by the fact that it's really slow and I can't really play it. The final in-game thing I want to talk about is Supersonic. Yes, Supersonic, you can actually play outside of the final boss area. You get him once you've actually beaten the game though as an unlockable skill. It costs 100 skill points to actually use. So if you're wanting to use the skill, you're gonna have to make a skill set exclusively for it. It's something I've actually done on my main on my main play file. Basically, you know the score with Super Sonic. You get 50 rings. In this game, you just press Y to activate Super Sonic, which will happen here for Classic Sonic very shortly. As far as I know with Classic Sonic, he doesn't really change much. You can walk through enemies and kill them. You can walk through bowls and kill them. I believe he's a little faster and stuff like that, like he usually is, but like I say, I don't really see any change between Classic regular Sonic and Classic Super Sonic. Also, Super Sonic actually has a unique finishing animation when you beat the level. There's also an achievement for beating the level as a Super Sonic, so easiest way to do it, use Green Hill and practice. Modern Sonic Super Sonic, however, is definitely different. You gain 50 rings, press Y to activate Super Sonic. Now the thing is with Modern Super Sonic, he actually has infinite boost and can fly. The downside to this is that this eats up your rings like Sonic eats chili dogs. So yeah, you want to use it sparingly or, well, not at all. Either way, in my opinion, Super Sonic's skill is actually not really that great. And you see, you lose Super Sonic really easy with Modern Sonic. Again, I'll show off Super Sonic again. I actually managed to get 50 more rings in the level. You can actually run into enemies again and stuff like that with Super Sonic. And just to show off his animation, I think it's more or less the same as Classic Sonic's. So yeah, there's no real difference. I just thought I'd maybe show it off for Modern as well as Classic. And now for the extra stuff that's actually not in the game. Here is my avatar on Xbox Live. He is wearing an Eggman costume. No, this is not downloadable content, though the theme I was using at the time is. And yes, this screenshot was actually taken before the big Xbox update, and when everything completely changed. But we're not talking about that. The theme, the Generation theme, is like Casino Night. I believe was exclusive to people who bought the game straight away. I don't know whether that's the case now, just like the Casino Night DLC. The other DLC that came with the game when you bought it straight away was Super Sonic Avatar Costume for both male and female avatars. I actually have the male one, but I don't really have a female avatar on my Xbox to give the other code to, so yeah. I believe they have definitely been put on Xbox Live as DLC to download. But we're going to talk about the one that I'm currently using at the moment, the Eggman one. It's actually split up into 3 parts. To get the 3 parts, it's actually really easy because I may have mentioned how to. Actually, no, I'm not. Shayo, you're an idiot. Basically, to get the 3 parts, you've got to beat the bosses on the hard mode setting. You get 1 piece. I don't know exactly which pieces you get from the bosses, but you get 1 piece from beating Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Silver on hard mode. You get another piece from beating the Death Egg Robot, Perfect Chaos, and Egg Dragoon on hard mode. And I would say good luck with that because Egg Dragoon is a pain in the arse in hard mode, but that's just my opinion. And to get the 3rd piece, you've got to beat the Time Eater on hard mode, which, if you know what you're doing, can be easy, especially if you've got Can't Touch This, which I still don't have yet. It's annoying. And well, that boss is just generally annoying in the first place. So yeah, I thought I'd point that out. I think that's it for everything outside of the game so far. There's other Avatar things like t-shirts and stuff like that, but yeah. So finally we come to my thoughts on the game itself. Not really the project, but really just the game itself. I personally thought that this was a really excellent game for the Sonic series compared to other games. I mean, I've not really played Sonic Colors, which is basically similar to modern Sonic's controls today. I've seen like cutscenes and stuff like that, so I have been spelled half to death, and the cutscenes are hilarious in that game. They're not as great in this game, like the witty banter and stuff, which compared to Sonic Colors, people might turn off about. Another thing I would like to point out with Sonic Colors is Quick Step. When I played it, Quick Step is actually a pain in the rear end to use because you have to use the long stick rather than shoulder buttons and stuff like that. But we're not talking about Sonic Colors, we're talking about Sonic Generations. It's a great game, ridiculously short though. I mean, when I first played it, when I first got the game, I beat it in like 5 or so hours, which is, well, my how I play games, that's really quickly. I'm doing the game in 5 hours. I mean, I could do older games in like less than that, but yeah, for new games, 5 hours is a little short for me. Even with DLC, like the Casino Night, which I don't really go on anyway, I'm not too fond of it, and I really hope Sega actually make DLC for this game, like extra levels and stuff like that, and not just hard modes like they did with Sonic Unleashed, because that was actually really disappointing, because Sonic Unleashed at times I thought was incredibly frustrating. It's a good game in its own right, but was incredibly frustrating at times, especially the last few levels. I'm looking at you, Eggman Land. Again, we're not talking about Sonic Unleashed, we're talking about Sonic Generations. Actually, I pretty much said what I want. It's a great game, it's really short, and I really hope there's DLC for the game if and when it comes out, because if it does, I'll probably be buying that, playing it, and I may even record it should the need arise. And I'm actually hoping for, if there is any DLC, to be like proper levels, because truth be told, Casino Night is a little bit of a disappointment, just having the gimmick of it just being a pinball machine. I mean, granted, yes, Casino Night is like one part pinball machine, but it's like all the other stuff as well, like the slot machines and the bumpers and stuff like that. And yeah, because they got that in the. I mean, they could probably justify it by saying they did Casino Night as proper levels in the 3DS, and you should probably play that. But yeah, I'm hoping for further DLC to be actual levels of other Sonic games. Maybe like levels that they've shortlisted before the actual levels came out. Like maybe Emerald Hill Zone or something like that. Just like random opportunities. Maybe Egg Fleet from Sonic Heroes. That'd be good to do in Generations.
And that's it for Sonic Generations, as far as all the extras are concerned. I'm not going to lie, this is the exact same video I uploaded when I did the original playthrough a couple of years ago. But if I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be saying the exact same things in the new video that I was going to be saying in this video, that I might as well just have uploaded the same video, which is what I've done. It's going to save me a bit of time. But regardless, there is actually one thing I didn't actually say regarding Supersonic, and that is Planet West. Basically what happens with Supersonic there is a lot when you use a shield there. If you have a shield active and you use a Wisp power, then you go back to being regular Sonic. But so long as you have the 50 rings necessary to turn back into Supersonic, you can turn back into Supersonic, no problems. And well, that's it. In a few weekends' time, I'm going to actually be posting hard mode playthroughs of all the bosses, and that is also going to include Mr. the Time Eater. As I've mentioned before, the reason that you want to play hard mode and beat it is so if you've got the Xbox version, it unlocks the classic Eggman parts for your Xbox Avatar, and that's pretty much it. For the other versions, it's mainly bragging rights. So I'm actually going to love you and leave you here. Join me next time for whatever else I feel like doing, and what I'm currently doing. and I will see you later. Ciao.